what's the difference between me watching what I eat and having a healthy lifestyle, and how am I not going to slip into an eating disorder? That's what people often are worried about, right? Well, the difference is, you'll know that when you're thinking about food a lot and it starts to take over and actually starts to be a worry all the time, that's when your brain is kind of telling you this is becoming something that is sliding into more on the disordered end of things. It's not to say I have a disorder, but when you start to have a lot of stress around it, or like stress that you couldn't work out that day and being really bothered by that, that's something you just want to have a look at. You want to be gentle with yourself and have a look at it. So if you're working on keeping your gas tank full, working on, and by how you're doing that, you're looking at your Maslow's hierarchy of needs and making sure that when worries come up, you're taking care of your business, then you're going to be able to reduce your stress. So reducing your load is one way to reduce stress. Sometimes people say, well, nothing can go, nothing can go. Well, something can always go, right? If that's one answer that'll help you, then just be careful with what you're choosing to put on your plate. So use positive coping strategies. Can anybody name some negative coping strategies? Addiction was just named. So that might be what? Drinking, drugs, food is another addiction, right? Anybody name anything else?
Some people like just freak out that, like take their anger out.
So they lose their temper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. That is a coping strategy. It's a negative coping strategy, and in the big picture, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Right?
They're trying to put their problems on someone
Yeah,
else.
deferring it onto someone else, blaming someone else, right? Absolutely, exactly. And that we might call codependence. That's how I would name that sort of as a coping strategy. Avoidance, withdrawal, isolation, those are also really classic. I'm trying to think what else. Watching copious amounts of TV, that's an avoidance strategy. That's about not participating in life, and that's a way of procrastinating a lot of times. Procrastination is another negative coping strategy. But whenever we have stress in our life, we do need to have positive coping strategies to get through that. So what are some positive coping strategies? Does anybody have any ideas about that?
Exercising?
Classic, that's one of the best ones. And there's all different kinds of exercise, right? So anything from yoga to going for a walk, doing a fitness class, treadmill, whatever, sport. Yeah, all those things are meditative.
Or talking about it.
Absolutely, that's a positive coping strategy. Yeah, sharing with friends. And also talking positively with yourself about things. That's also a positive coping strategy. Anyone else thinking of anything else?
Art and music.
Absolutely, yeah. And for some people, I often call that the spiritual realm for myself. Art, music, and nature. That's kind of and yoga, I suppose. Yeah, that's a little heading I put that under, But I totally agree with you about that. That doing activities that you enjoy, which are really kind of on the top. That's usually that self-actualization piece. It's also something to note. It's on the top of the pyramid. So those are the things that make us feel good about ourselves and what we do, and they're expressive, right? So those are all positive. Calling a friend, laughter, that's also a really good, a positive coping strategy. So if you're having a rough day, giving a friend a call, just feeling connected to someone else, maybe a family member, if that works for you. Making a plan to do something later that's going to be relaxing for you, whether it's with other people or on your own. Maybe you're just going to go to an aquafit class later on or something like that. Okay? So we want to avoid the negative strategies and use the positive strategies. And you want to really develop your positive coping strategies so that in your toolbox, per se, you got lots of things to choose from on any given day.